Your attention, please. Your attention, please. The next bout is beginning at 6:45 p.m. So we are going to move the start time up 15 minutes. Excuse me. Moving the start time up 15 minutes. So the next bout is starting at 6:45 p.m. All right, fans, we are under 3 minutes to go here until the next bout. We would like to introduce the skaters for this bout to you at this time.
All right, folks, skating tonight for your Tilted Thunder Railbird All-Stars. Number 0, that's Lightning the Queen. Number 00, Elaphobia. Number 11, Baby Anarchy. 120 is Hammond. Number 25 is Amelia Bearhart. 313 is Hawk Blocked. 428, Carnia Slaughter. Number 5, Tara Hoedown. 616, Craven Cadavers. Number 9, La Chancla. Your co-captain tonight, number 425, Legs Get 'em. And your captain tonight, 5151, is Slaughterhouse.
Skating for the Los Angeles Derby Dolls, Ri-Ettes. Number Woot, Stefcon 1. Number 1960, Star D. Ruckus. Number 1963, Skatem O'Neill. Number 33D, D Cup Runneth Over. Number 500, Jesus. Number 509, Whoopi Rollberg. Number 524, Sonia Sotomayolo. Number $6 a shot, Jägerbomb. Number 923, Vanna Fight. Number 925, Sweet Home Alabama. Number 9 3/4, Shady Hawkins. Number 9637, Jane Woe. Number 85, your co-captain, Bill Scorcho. And number 430, your captain, Oblivion Westwood.
About a minute to go before we get this started. I'm Kills Bill, your announcer for this final bout of Chingadera.
And I'm Old Greg. I'm also your announcer for this final bout of Chingadera, but we're not the same announcer.
These are both of my backup teams here. Love Seattle, love LA. Exactly.
Yeah. We could have made it more creative, like put a little piece of tape to make it an 8.
Right? All right, 9 more seconds until this bout, Derby fans. Hell of a roller derby weekend, I'd say.
We are ready to go. Coming to the track for Los Angeles. Their first pack of defenders, Bill Scorcho, number 85, Oblivion Westwood, number 430, D Cup Runneth Over, number 33D, and Jane Woe, number 9637. That's Bell, Viv, D, and Woe, the Bell, Biv, D, Voe line. Jamming for Los Angeles, number 509, Whoopi Rollberg.
I think you need to be old to get this joke.
And Whoopi Rollberg out and lead jammer for LA. Your Tilted Thunder jammer right behind her.
Legs Get 'em.
Whoopi Rollberg trying to get past at least one skater and try and get a point on the board before calling the jam. And each team picks up a point. So we are tied.
Ri-Ettes picking up a jammer penalty as well. Above the shoulders block. So Slaughterhouse is going to be out there, skate a power jam for Seattle.
And Slaughterhouse trying to find an opening. There she goes. Able to find an opening and a seam along the inside, and Slaughterhouse clear of the pack. Slaughterhouse now tangled up with the two defenders at the front of the pack there for Los Angeles, and Slaughterhouse able to pull through. There goes Slaughterhouse on another scoring pass, picking up yet another Slaughterhouse 5 points.
Still another 20 seconds. We can do that pun again if you didn't hear it.
Slaughterhouse able to pull through the scoring pack one more time. And we'll wait for the official score there from the referees as the jam clock expires.
Here comes Elaphobia skating for the first time this bout. Never mind, I take that back.
Yeah, we did hear a penalty called out there very early on in that jam. Penalty on the jammer. So we've got
Shady Hawkins.
Shady Hawkins out there to jam for Los Angeles. The Los Angeles Ri-Ettes Power Jam. Shady Hawkins out and clear. And taking advantage of a very staggered out pack there, able to get through the corner without any interference.
In her part-time, Shady Hawkins teaches classes at RollerCon. Gonna make you a better jammer.
18 seconds to go in the LA Power Jam. Shady Hawkins this time up into a blocker. Manages to fight her way through and pushes her way past the two front blockers as well.
La Chancla subbing in from Arizona, and Carnia Slaughter trying to hold her there. Now we'll see Craven Cadavers skating for the Tilted Thunder Railbirds.
And with a 15-point power jam, we are tied again, 16-16.
That's Jane Woe on the line for LA Ri-Ettes. Craven Cadavers able to get out first. She's your lead jammer. Jane Woe, though, quarter track behind her. Not going to make this easy.
Craven up to the high side, pinned in up against the rail and calls off the jam. And we do have another jammer penalty just called out on Craven Cadavers, so she will be in the penalty box, and it will be a power jam for Los Angeles. That is going to be Star DeRuckus.
Star DeRuckus for the LA Ri-Ettes. Craven Cadavers picking up 2 points and an arms penalty. Hammond trying to hold Star DeRuckus, but not able to. Star DeRuckus gets out on her power jam. Hammond and La Chancla trying to hold the LA jammer. To no avail. She gets out and she continues her scoring passes.
28 seconds to go here in the Los Angeles Power Jam. Star DeRuckus, fancy footwork going through the corner, able to spin through the very pit of the turn there and complete another scoring pass. Those two defenders out front for Tilted Thunder appear to still be out of play. Now they are able to go and arrange for blocking. But in doing so, looks like they're out of play again. Star DeRuckus through, completes a third scoring pass and puts 15 points on the board for Los Angeles.
Here comes Amelia Bearhart going up against Shady Hawkins.
And the jam is underway now that both jammers are satisfied that the track surface is sound. Shady Hawkins quickly through the pack, able to find an opening, and she's out and clear as lead jammer for Los Angeles. Amelia Bearhart trying to find an opening.
Oh, wow.
Big collision there at the front of the pack. Somebody hit the ground real hard. Shady Hawkins threw on a scoring pass, coming around again for more as Amelia Bearhart still trying to find her way to the front. Amelia Bearhart now to the front of the pack, dealing with Jaegerbomb. Jaegerbomb pushing her up to the rail, but lets her on past. Shady Hawkins racing up to the pack, down to the inside, spun down to the ground, gets up on the track to reestablish, and with no forward momentum whatsoever, calls off the jam.
Slaughterhouse picking up an arms penalty on that one. Here comes Elaphobia, going to jam for your Tilted Thunder Railbird All-Stars.
And jamming for LA is Jane Woe. She's quickly to the front of the pack, and now clear is the lead jammer.
Jane Woe blasting her way through the pack. Elaphobia trying that high side by the rail, looking for some help from her teammates.
Jane Woe quickly weaves through the pack, able to get around the wall of her own blockers, and then Elaphobia not able to follow along. Jane Woe now, as she comes out of the turn down the front straightaway, able to dodge that last blocker for Tilted Thunder. 20 seconds to go on the jam clock.
Elaphobia hung up behind Stefcon 1 and Whoopi Rollberg.
Jane Woe now up to the front of the pack and pinned in behind a couple of Seattle defenders, but they are out of play.
Jam clock about to expire there.
Now coming up to the jammer line for the Tilted Thunder All-Stars. That's number 0, Lightning the Nova Queen. But before we get to that, we have an official timeout. So we will check out Lightning the Nova Queen here in just a moment. So while we wait for the referee crew to discuss this one through, we'd like to let you know one more time the after party tonight is at Third Space. Third Space, your official after party location, 1028 Grand Avenue if you want to plug it into your nav. But it's not that far at all from here. Just follow all the cars with Derby stickers over there. You'll find it. Fantastic food, a little outdoor cafe. It might be cold and raining by the time you get over there, but there's plenty of seating inside. And trust me, don't miss the fried bologna sandwich. It's worth the trip. That's the after party, and one more time, just to let you know again, the award ceremony will be here at the conclusion of this bout here at the warehouse, so the award ceremony is not at the after party itself. Back to the action now, and once again up to the jammer line for Seattle is number 0, Lightning the Nova Queen.
That's Starter Ruckus for the LA Ri-Ettes. Starter Ruckus tries the middle, and she's able to get right out, but there's Lightning right on her tail. It's a jammer race, and I don't think Lightning wants to lose.
Lightning very game right back into it, and Stardy Ruckus has to pull up short and call the jam. Lightning the Queen full of fight there. Lightning the Queen picks up 3 points for Tilted Thunder on the jam, 1 point for Los Angeles.
Here comes Legs Get 'em for the Tilted Thunder Railbirds. That's Shady Hawkins out there for the LA Ri-Ettes. And Shady Hawkins able to battle her way to the front of the pack, and she's out. She's your lead jammer. Legs Get 'em doing battle with 2 final LA blockers there, and she's able to finally get out of the pack in turn 3. Shady Hawkins already making her way all the way through the pack and calls off that jam.
Whoopi Rollberg jamming for Los Angeles and for Tilted Thunder. That is Slaughterhouse. Both jammers now up to the front of the pack. And Slaughterhouse able to battle around as Whoopi Rollberg clears. Whoopi Rollberg is your lead jammer for LA. Slaughterhouse right on her right hip as they approach the pack, and Whoopi Rollberg calls it off.
That was a fast pack on that jam. It was hard for the jammers even to get up to it.
Elaphobia now up to the jammer line, number 00 for the Tilted Thunder All-Stars.
That's Sonia Sotomoyolo coming to the line for the LA Ri-Ettes. Both of these experienced jammers. Sonia Sotomayor, she gets out first, though. She's your lead jammer. Elaphobia having some trouble in the back of the pack with Stefcon 1 blocking her in.
Sonia Sotomayor through the pack, and she's going, runs into, there's a jammer jammer for Tilted Thunder. I believe she, a little friendly fire there, and knocked one of her own blockers out of the way by accident. However, Sonia Sotomayor is out of the pack as well, so Elaphobia approaching, and Sonia Sotomayor calls it off.
I think she did. Something. Might have been.
We are setting up for the next jam here with 3 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. That's Craven Cadavers for Tilted Thunder and Jaegerbomb for Los Angeles.
Jaegerbomb getting knocked to the infield by Baby Anarchy and Lightning the Queen.
So Craven Cadavers out and clear. Your lead jammer for Seattle. The Jaegerbomb clearing the pack as well. And Craven Cadavers fighting her way through the pack, trying to get that last point, but forced off the track, so she calls off the jam.
That's Hammond coming to the line for Tilted Thunder.
3 points on the board for Tilted Thunder.
Sweet Home Alabama. Yeah, coming to the line for the Ri-Ettes.
And we are going to have a team timeout before we get to that action. Timeout. Tilted Thunder.
All right, Derby fans, late in the first quarter here. Seattle's going to be down 2 blockers on this jam. Look at Sweet Home Alabama, yeah, and Legs Get 'em coming to the line to jam for us.
And making her way through the pack, there goes Sweet Home Alabama.
Legs Get 'em out of the pack second in turn 2. She's about a quarter track behind her.
So, Sweet Home Alabama through the pack and calls off the jam.
That was fast. Here comes Starter Ruckus for the LA Ri-Ettes. That's Baby Anarchy out there for the first time this evening for the Tilted Thunder All-Stars. Starter Ruckus is your lead jammer. She gets out. Baby Anarchy sees the low open up, and she's off to the races.
Starty Ruckus coming around the corner, looking for her blockers, able to outrun that last blocker to the outside with the help of one of her blockers. And she calls off the jam.
Looking at Hammond skating this next jam for the Tilted Thunder Railbirds.
We've got Hammond out there for Tilted Thunder. For Los Angeles, that is
Shady Hawkins.
Shady Hawkins out quickly and is your lead jammer for LA. And there is Hammond making it out of the pack. And with a call from the bench, 2 points on the board for LA. Jam is called. Lightning the Queen to the jammer line for Seattle. And Whoopi Rollberg for Los Angeles. whole pack kind of as a whole making their way into the back straightaway now. Lightning the Queen fighting her way to the front, trying to get past those last two LA defenders, and is able to do so.
Whoopi Rohlberg fighting her way through the back of the pack, taken to the infield by Baby Anarchy, and then returns the favor on the high side, runs her over. Still trying to get past that last Seattle blocker, and she's out now.
Lightning the Queen down to the inside, still trying to finish up this scoring pass. And with the LA jammer approaching quickly, Lightning calls it off.
Excellent jammer awareness by Lightning. She is in the middle of turn one, and she looks back to find that LA jammer, sizes it up, and calls off the jam.
3 points on the board for Tilted Thunder. Your jammer for LA is going to be Star Ruckus.
That's legs get 'em for Seattle.
Starter Ruckus down to the inside and able to get through the pack. Out and clear is the lead jammer. Nearly clear was Legs Get 'Em. There she gets up and is able to outrun a defender who was scrambling to get a block on her before she got up. And Legs Get 'Em clear as well. Defenders going every which way as Starter Ruckus gets through. And before we get to the next jam, we get to the end of the first quarter. Takes us to the end of the first quarter. Quick check of the score after 4 points put on the board by Los Angeles. LA 82, Tilted Thunder 27. We'll be back in 5 minutes.
We do now. All right, Derby fans, here we go to the beginning of the second quarter of this bout. A lot more exciting and interesting than the score would indicate. Tilted Thunder trying to battle back against LA. Craven Cadavers coming to the line for Tilted Thunder Railbirds. That's Shady Hawkins out there for your Ri-Ettes.
Craven Cadavers quickly up mid-pack, now up to the front, trying to deal with the two wall of defenders for Los Angeles. And Craven Cadavers able to fight her way through, gets between the two of them, and she's your lead jammer for Tilted Thunder. Shady Hawkins now to the front of the pack. There's a three wall of defenders, but they are out of play, and Shady Hawkins gets through. Collision at the back of the pack as Craven Cadavers making her way through.
Craven Cadavers collects her 4 points and calls off that jam. Carnia Slaughter coming to the line for Tilted Thunder. It's her first time on the jammer line tonight.
And jamming for Los Angeles, that's Jane Woe.
Both packs at full strength.
Big collision there. Both jammers just plowed right into the pack, trying to find a way through. Jane Woe down to the inside, and she's able to get there first. Lead jammer for Los Angeles. Carnia Slaughter trying to find her way. We got a blocker up there giving her a hand, and Carnia Slaughter able to beat her to the corner.
That was Hammond out there helping get her jammer out.
And Jane Woe able to make it through on a scoring pass and calls off the jam after picking up her points.
None too soon. Carnia Slaughter was about to score some points there for Seattle. Here comes Amelia Bearhart.
Sounds like Amelia Bearhart is going to jam for Tilted Thunder. And for Los Angeles, we are looking at number 524, Sonia Sotomayor. Sonia Sotomayor legally to the front of the pack. Looks like she's going to make an argument to score some appointments here, as clearing the pack is the Tilted Thunder jammer. It's going to put a gag order on my puns of Sonia Sotomayor as she gets through the pack and calls off the jam after putting some points on the board. Three points up for Los Angeles. We've got Ellaphobia and Shady Hawkins.
It's a battle of the two tallest jammers on each team here. And it looks like Ellaphobia gets out first.
Ellaphobia out first, Shady Hawkins right out behind. It's going to be a jammer race back to the pack. Ellaphobia can fly, so can Shady Hawkins. Ellaphobia now down to the inside, gets past, picks up a point, and calls it off.
Hell of a jam there.
On the jammer line for Los Angeles is Jane Woe, and for Tilted Thunder, that is Lightning the Nova Queen.
And Jane Woe straight to the Masonite there with Tara Hoedown, but she's able to recover, falls again in turn one. Lightning the Queen, though, half a track around. She's trying to get by. She's your lead jammer. She's going to score some points.
Out the front end of the pack, Jane Woe now clear for Los Angeles as well. Lightning gets through and calls the jam. 4 points on the board for Tilted Thunder.
It looks like Jane Woe did pick up a jammer penalty there.
So setting up to do the power jam for Tilted Thunder is going to be number 425. Your co-captain legs, get him, but not a power jam. Double jammer down situation. So there were penalties scored on both jammers, and the referees are going to take an official timeout to talk that one over. Make sure we got everything straight and everything is covered. So quick check of the score right now, 89-38. Los Angeles on top. Tilted Thunder staying in the conversation, though. And we've got 11 minutes to go until halftime.
So was it double jammer down then? Sorry, I read the whiteboard early.
No, apparently it was added late.
suddenly it wasn't. Low block on black, and then skating out of bounds on.
And so after review, we did indeed end up with penalties on both jammers. Elaphobia picking up a skating out of bounds penalty, and Shady Hawkins with a, was it a low block? Low block penalty. So
Legs get him, she's out.
quickly to the front of the pack, that's Legs Get 'em for Tilted Thunder, and she is clear, and she's your lead jammer. Now exiting the pack as well for Los Angeles, there is Starter Ruckus. So Legs Get 'em one crack at a scoring pass here. Runs into some defense and goes ahead and calls off the jam.
Here comes Baby Anarchy for Tilted Thunder.
And it looks like...
Looks like there's a star sitting on the...
Absolutely.
Starter Ruckus looks like picked up a cut track penalty there.
So we've got number 11, Baby Anarchy, out there by her lonesome for Tilted Thunder as part of the Tilted Thunder Power Jam. Just about clear, but takes a tumble. Has to get up, reestablish, does so. That LA front wall, though, is amorphous and impenetrable. To the inside goes Baby Anarchy. Now back up and trying to find an opening, still dumped again by that defense of Los Angeles. And we are going to have a stoppage in play.
Knee.
And Baby Anarchy helped up to her feet, helped over to the bench. Some attention from the medical crew over there. And setting up now for the next jam, it's going to be Elaphobia for Tilted Thunder, and that's Whoopi Rollberg for Los Angeles.
LA picking up 2 blocker penalties. We got a 4-2 box there. Seattle with a full pack. Elaphobia taking the high side. She's able to get straight out.
So Elaphobia out and clear, lead jammer for Tilted Thunder. Whoopi Rollberg clearing the pack as well for Los Angeles. So Elaphobia is going to get up here. She's got a phalanx of blockers trying to open up a path for her, maneuvering her way. That is Stefcon 1 up there doing some defense. Elaphobia gets through and calls off the jam.
Elaphobia able to get past 2 blockers, get 2 points, plus the ghost point for 3 points on that jam. Craven and somebody else.
Now setting up for the next jam, it's going to be Craven Cadavers for Tilted Thunder and number 500, Jesus, for Los Angeles. And Jesus able to clear that last blocker, and she is your lead jammer for Los Angeles. Clearing the pack is the Tilted Thunder jammer, Craven Cadavers. And now Jesus up into the pack, trying to find an opening. And she's able to maneuver around that pivot for Tilted Thunder and calls off the jam.
Tilted Thunder able to pick up 1 point on that jam. Here comes Jaegerbomb for the Ri-Ettes. That's Hammond for your Tilted Thunder Railbird All-Stars, but not yet. We got an official timeout.
So in that last jam, we added 5 points for LA and 1 point for Tilted Thunder. Looks like the referee crew is continuing the discussion, now having a discussion with the Tilted Thunder coach. And the discussion looks like it has wrapped up. Everybody getting back to their places, and we will resume. So, to the jammer line for the Tilted Thunder Railbirds All-Stars number 120, Hammond and Jaegerbomb for Los Angeles, just as they were before the break. And a big collision there early on. Jaegerbomb into a couple of defenders, and everybody takes a tumble down to the infield. Hammond, meanwhile, trying to find her way to the front of the pack. Got a blocker there, and a defender for LA forcing her down, all the way down onto the infield. Jaegerbomb now mid-pack, trying to find her way around Tilted Thunder defenders, and there goes Hammond. Hammond out and clear, lead jammer for Tilted Thunder. Jaegerbomb now clears the pack, a quarter track behind. And now the pack gets to moving. Hammond is trying to find her way through in between the LA defenders. And calls off the jam after picking up 2 points. I hear the sound of an Amelia Bearhart. But before we get to that, so an official timeout.
All right, and back to the action, Derby fans. That's Jane Woe for your LA Ri-Ettes.
And that is, once again, Amelia Bearhart for Tilted Thunder, who is hemmed in. Oh, big collision at the front of the pack there. Jane Woe was almost clear. We're going to have a stoppage in play.
Kick plate.
All right, medical crew has attended to the skater that was down. The massive collision there at the front of the pack, but skater up and helped back to the bench. So, proceeding with the official timeout. Head referee having a discussion with the coaches from each side.
All right on that jam. Slaughterhouse picking up a penalty, blocking out a play. Tilted Thunder going to be down one blocker on this next jam. Elaphobia coming to the line to jam for Seattle.
Elaphobia paying tribute to Mary Bearhart on the jammer line. And jamming for Los Angeles is Star Ruckus. Star Ruckus down along the inside, able to emerge from the pack and is your lead jammer for LA. Big collision, several skaters down again. Couple of Los Angeles defenders taking a tumble. Elaphobia out of the pack for Tilted Thunder.
Star Ruckus battling a couple of blockers at the front of the pack there.
And Star Ruckus calls it off mid-pack. So 3 points up for Los Angeles, 1 point for Tilted Thunder, able to get one on the back end of the pack there. Shady Hawkins now taking the jammer line for LA.
And it's good to see Baby Anarchy returning to the track now.
Yeah, Baby Anarchy out there, excellent to see her. And we're going to have an official timeout.
Like I said, officials taking away the punch bowl right as the party's getting started. Obviously got to dot some I's, cross some T's.
As the discussion continues, hey, fans here in the house, I'd like to hear from all the fans in the house that have been here from start to finish both days.
Hey now.
Fans, volunteers, anybody who's been here the whole darn time.
Come on, fans, make some noise.
I mean, even I haven't. I had to go home and change my shoe. Because I tried to drink Bailey's out of it. I'm old Greg. We'd like to give a little shout out to the camera nest over there, otherwise known as the Valkyries Clubhouse. Pretty sure that thing has had at least one Valkyrie in it for every bout this weekend. And our AV crew, our referees, everybody that put this tournament on as we wind down to the end here.
All right, all right. Multiple penalties on the LA team. LA skating down 2 blockers here. 3 blockers for Seattle. Again, it's Baby Anarchy and Shady Hawkins out there jamming for you right now. Baby Anarchy gonna give a little nudge to Shady Hawkins. If she it's out on the low, she's your lead jammer.
Baby Anarchy out and clear and trying to make her way around the track as quickly as possible.
Terre Hoedown and Slaughterhouse trying to keep Shady Hawkins in the back of the pack.
Baby Anarchy, that was pretty fancy along the inside there. Not an apex jump, but crouched down and on one skate through the turn to dodge a blocker. Pretty fancy. Now catching up to the pack for another scoring opportunity. Baby Anarchy through the pack. Shady Hawkins almost clear but spun off onto the infield. And Baby Anarchy now coming around with 18 seconds left on the jam clock.
Lightning the Queen able to keep Shady Hawkins off the track for 1 second as she was just about to get out.
And Shady Hawkins shifts to defense here, trying to at least slow down the progress of Baby Anarchy for a moment as the clock getting ready to expire, and it does.
Bel Scorcho able to knock Baby Anarchy to the infield one last time. And pick up a directional block on the pass, too.
$15 big points on the board for the Tilted Thunder All-Stars there.
Legs get 'em coming to the line for your Tilted Thunder Railbirds. That's Whoopi Rolberg out there for the Ri-Ettes.
Both jammers approaching the pack cautiously and waiting for a sign from their blockers. Whoopi Rolberg now trying to push through along the outside, and she is going to make it to the front of the pack first. Whoopi Rolberg is the lead jammer for Los Angeles, but clearing right behind her is your jammer for the Tilted Thunder. Legs get 'em, trying to get her. Whoopi Rolberg now trying to catch the pack, but the Tilted Thunder defenders are together on the front. Whoopi Rolberg gets into the pack and calls it off.
And those 3 points are going to put the Ri-Ettes over the century mark. Tilted Thunder didn't get any points on that. They're behind by about 40 points right now. Coming into the closing minutes of the second quarter. Slaughterhouse on the line for Seattle. Sonia Sotomayor out there for LA.
And there goes Slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouse out and clear. Sonia Sotomayor now going to start her pursuit. Sonia Sotomayor going to try to mount a great defense here. And getting through the pack, Slaughterhouse able to get her way through the pack, and to a big cheer from the Seattle supporters in the crowd. Gets her points and calls it off. 4 points on the board for Tilted Thunder. And with 2:53 to go until halftime.
That's Elaphobia out there for the Tilted Thunder Railbirds. Jaeger bomb out there for LA Ri-Ettes. Both jammers getting out. It's a jammer race.
And there we are again. Elaphobia now going to try to win the race back to the pack. Jaegerbomb got her head down, arms swinging, trying to get as much speed as possible. Elaphobia goes ahead and calls it off. So now stepping into the jammer line, that's Craven Cadavers for Tilted Thunder. Whoopi Rolberg for Los Angeles.
Seattle down one blocker, cut track penalty.
And there we are after a tension-packed pause. The jam gets underway. Craven Cadavers now along the inside trying to find a way to the front of the pack. Going to the front of the pack is Whoopi Rolberg. There's a Seattle defender in the way, but Whoopi Rolberg able to clear, and she's your lead jammer for Los Angeles. Craven Cadavers now up to the front of the pack as well. She's got her pivot up there, Lightning the Queen trying to help her out, and she's clear of the pack. And that'll do it for the jam as Craven Cadavers approaching quickly from the back of the pack. 3 points on the board for Los Angeles. 103-64 with 1:10 to go until halftime.
Here comes Hammond for Tilted Thunder, and there goes Hammond for Tilted Thunder.
That's right, we've got a Los Angeles Power Jam penalty called on the Tilted Thunder jammer in the last jam. So out there all by herself for Los Angeles is going to be number 524, Sonia Sotomayor. She gets on through there, and she's got a point. Once she gets through the pack. And now approaching the pack from behind here with 40 seconds to go in the Los Angeles Power Jam. Sonia Sotomayor now through the pack again and up to the front of the pack, able to get past those Tilted Thunder defenders. Tilted Thunder's got number 313, Hawk Block, pinned in behind. She's goat blocked. And there goes Sonia Sotomayor trying to fight her way through. The quarter clock expires just before the jam clock. And we'll wait for the official signal. Indeed, here comes Game Executioner Lollipop. That is going to take us to the half. Waiting for the official score here from that Power Jam for Los Angeles. And Los Angeles picking up 15 points on the Power Jam going into halftime. So we'll step aside for a 15-minute halftime break. Your score, Los Angeles 118, Tilted Thunder 64. stop it, change it, then start it. All right, I didn't win a nickel from my quiz game.
Oh, no.
Apparently, I can't play my quiz game and announce.
No. That's okay. We were trying to cover for you.
If there was ever a chance. All right. Ouch. Oh. Yeah, I'm just physically done. That's why I'm off for work for the next couple of days, so I can just sleep.
We fly back tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't have to go to 12, but then I'm up for work at 4 a.m. on Tuesday. So, whoa.
Yeah, I'm all right. trying to get up after before halftime. I'm like, yeah, no, so am I. No, my legs are they're done. I cannot sit upright like this for that long. It's just like when I work, I got to get up and
Move around.
yeah, every couple hours, and I'm just.
I'm glad that I have a desk that does this. Oh, you
See,
have one of those?
if I could stand for
That's
long,
cool.
but then if I sit too long, then I start getting my legs get fatigued. But then if I stand, then my other leg problems go. I can't stand for that
Oh
long.
my gosh.
So I gotta
You're constantly moving.
I gotta do one or the other.
Yeah.
We are ready to get back to the action, and making her mark on the track is number 25, Amelia Bearhart, and this is a power jam for the Tilted Thunder Railbirds All-Stars. Amelia Bearhart out there all by her lonesome, trying to race along the outside now and outrun those LA defenders to the corner. They are escorting her down to the infield, however. Amelia Bearhart now, not to be confused with Amelia Dearhart of the Arizona Minor Assaults. Amelia Bearhart to the front of the pack, fighting ferociously, trying to get her way through here. However, that LA3 wall back together again. They're trying, the other members of the Tilted Thunder squad out there trying to break her free. We've got La Chancla and Lightning McQueen.
And D-Cup runneth over, trying to hold her one last time, but Amelia Bearhart gets out.
And Amelia Dearhart checks the clock. She's got 3 seconds left in the jam, trying to get back to the pack and at least get some points, and comes through. And I mean to tell you, just about went through midair trying to get that point and get some love from the crowd.
Got Elaphobia coming to the line for Tilted Thunder.
4 points on the jam.
Wow.
Look at that.
That's Jaegerbomb out there for LA Ri-Ettes.
And Elaphobia for Tilted Thunder. Jaegerbomb quickly to the front of the pack, and she's your lead jammer, out and clear for LA. And Elaphobia there doing battle at the front end of the pack and shouldered off, but the blocker also off, so Elaphobia out as well. Elaphobia hears a shout from her teammates. That's Jaegerbomb out there trying to get by her and pick up that jammer point. Elaphobia to the inside, Jaegerbomb around the outside. Checks that she's clear and calls the jam, so Jaegerbomb picking up one more point. Jaegerbomb is a dead ringer for if Sour Appletini never missed leg day. Stepping to the jammer line now for Los Angeles, that's number 509, Whoopi Rolberg.
Baby Anarchy.
And that's Baby Anarchy, number 11 for Tilted Thunder.
Baby Anarchy taking Whoopi Rolberg up into the rail. A little defensive jamming right there before she gets off to the races. Passes, D-Cup runneth over, and she's your lead jammer.
Yeah, this Tilted Thunder squad, they're still plenty full of fight, even after 24 hours of roller derby and half of a bout. Still got plenty of pep in them for sure. Baby Anarchy rips right through the pack and calls off the jam. Stepping up to the jammer line for Los Angeles, number 1960, Star de Ruckus. And for Tilted Thunder, that is going to be your co-captain, Legs Get 'em.
Funnel cake ice cream sandwich.
Wow. We'd like to let you guys know before this jam starts that Fantasy Funnel Cake still out there, still serving. Bill just got a funnel cake ice cream sandwich up here. My goodness. Clearing the pack as your lead jammer for LA is Star de Ruckus, trying to get back to the pack and start scoring points.
Really?
Weaving her way into the middle, collides and calls off the jam. Now on the jammer line, that is Slaughterhouse for the Tilted Thunder Railbirds All-Stars. And Jaegerbomb is on the jammer line for LA. And last defender, just in time, gets up onto the track. We've got Jaegerbomb out and around, clearing the pack down there in the first turn. Emerging quickly behind her, though, is that jammer for Tilted Thunder. That's Slaughterhouse. So Jagerbomb now trying to catch the pack, but the Tilted Thunder defenders are united out in front and trying to play keep away. Craven Cadaver's knocked off the track, which is going to slow things down. Jagerbomb calls off the jam at the back of that 3 wall at the front of the pack. And 1 point. 1 point picked up there by LA, 125-72 with 10 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. That's Whoopi Rollberg there at the jammer line for LA and Elaphobia for Tilted Thunder. Whoopi Rollberg down to the inside, able to find an opening to the front of the pack, and she's your lead jammer for LA. Elaphobia hung up behind those LA defenders, arms linked and making it impossible for her to get through. Whoopi Rollberg up to the high side and able to outrun that last defender to the out of play point, and Whoopi Rollberg through and clear.
They got to let her go. They're pushed out of play.
Elaphobia still hung in behind those defenders. Whoopi Rollberg now gets around the wall and gets around the front wall. Elaphobia is dropped on the infield by that back wall of LA. They've got the wall thing working great on this one. And right there, you saw the pivot for LA. That was StephCon 1 pushing her way through the wall and opening a door for her jammer. Elaphobia trying to make a play for it. StephCon 1 closes that door. And that one's all said and done. That was a defensive clinic by Los Angeles. 15 points on the board for LA. An offensive clinic as well, to be fair. Now on the jammer line, all by herself to do a power jam for Los Angeles. It's number 524, Sonia Sotomayor. Sonia Sotomayor now up there and able to get around that last defender, and in my judgment, she's already out of the pack. Now making her way around the corner. Goes through and picks up some points on the first scoring pass. Sonia Sotomayor up to the pack. Gets up to those defenders, able to dodge them, and she says, try to deal with that 2 wall now. And now able to get her way around that last blocker, Terre Haute down, and Sonia Sotomayor says, I'll see you legislator, as she comes on around the far turn and down the front straightaway. 6 seconds to go now in the power jam. Sonia Sotomayor going to try to put some more points on the board before she takes a seat on the bench. And she's able to get through and finish the scoring pass. Three scoring passes equals 15 points for Sonia Sotomayor. She did a supreme job. Sadie Hawkins now, Sadie Hawkins, Shady Hawkins to the jammer line for Los Angeles, number 9 3/4. And Shady Hawkins out of the pack for LA and is your lead jammer. Tilted Thunder jammer, that is Hammond. Makes it on through the pack and will be coming on around. Shady Hawkins gets back up on the track to reestablish and calls off the jam. There are some penalties to sort out there for sure. I heard a whole lot of yelling from the referees on the infield. Whenever all you can hear from the infield is a word cloud of numbers, colors, and letters.
Right.
This is going to be a power jam. There was a skating out of bounds penalty called on the jammer for the Tilted Thunder there, Hammond. So Whoopi Rollberg is at the jammer line now. Whoopi Rollberg manages to push through, and those last defenders didn't have a chance. She ghosted them. Whoopi Rollberg now coming around down the back straightaway. Trying to catch the pack now, making her way through. There's 3 defenders out front are going to try to make it hard on her to get through. Whoopi Rolberg, though,
Lightning
big
putting a hit
collision.
on Oblivion West. No, that was
That
D-Cup
was-
runneth over.
Yeah. Whoopi Rolberg tried to push through the front there, Lightning the Queen, number 0, and number 5, Tara Ho, down at the front of the pack, not letting her past. There are 10 seconds left in the LA Power Jam. And Whoopi Rolberg trying to get past those last couple of defenders as the jam clock expires. We'll wait for the official score.
And it looks like the LA Jammer, Whoopi Rolberg, there picked up a back block. Kanya Slada out there to skate the Power Jam for Tilted Thunder.
Carne Slada is off and moving.
Takes a knee in the backfield.
Still trying to find a way past that back wall there. Those LA defenders sealed together. Now Carne Slada up to the outside. 20 seconds gone here in the Tilted Thunder Power Jam. Carne Slada going to try again now. Gets back up to reestablish. Carne Slada still trying to find her way through. That LA front wall just keeps replenishing in front of her. 20 seconds to go in the Tilted Thunder Power Jam now. Carne Slada crashes into that pivot. That was Jesus for LA. And we have had a star pass that has been completed. Star pass forward. Elaphobia taking over as jammer. And runs out of time. Jam clock expires. 3 minutes and 33 seconds to go here in the quarter. Stepping up to the jammer line for Tilted Thunder is number 0, Lightning the Nova Queen. And at the jammer line for Los Angeles is number $6 a shot, Jägerbomb. Jägerbomb, with some assistance from her blockers, able to get to the front of the pack as she's your lead jammer for LA. Lightning trying to outrun Shady Hawkins to the corner, and Shady Hawkins out of play. Lightning is clear. Jägerbomb met the back wall of the Tilted Thunder defenders and bumped off onto the infield. Calls it off before Lightning can get any points on the board. 2 points of her own.
425 versus 925. Legs get 'em. Going up against Sweet Home Alabama. Yeah. Both teams at full strength. Legs get 'em, tries the low, then goes up to the high, gets pinned up against the rail. Able to free herself. Falls down into the infield, though. Sweet Home Alabama able to get out first. She's your lead jammer. Legs get 'em, has to reset herself at the far back end of the pack. Ooh, runs into her own blocker.
It looks like everybody's back up after that collision at the back of the pack there, so play continues. Sweet Home Alabama out the front of the pack.
Pack almost stopped here in turn 3.
Now things get moving again. Both jammers ended up spinning off onto the infield. And that'll do it for that jam as the clock runs out. We are setting up for what appears to be it is going to be first an official timeout. Not an official timeout, my apologies. It is going to be a challenge. So Tilted Thunder challenging a ruling from the last jam. So we will step aside from the action for just a moment to check that one out. So, who here in the Hall of Dames is excited for the awards at the end of this bout? Who here is hoping that their favorite skater is going to win an award at the award ceremony? Well, of course.
We should have. Yes, we should do it.
I know they said 7:30, but I think that was just,
Yeah, I think it's still officially it's the beginning of the fourth. Yeah.
all right. Yeah, because I see the windows open, so.
Yeah.
And fans here in attendance, don't forget last call for refills from the beer window. Refills on your souvenir cups. Last call is at the beginning of the fourth quarter. So refills cease at the end of the quarter break. If you want to get a refill, you've got to get it done before the first whistle of the fourth quarter. And we got the report from the infield. And the challenge unsuccessful. Call is upheld. So Tilted Thunder forfeits a timeout, and we'll get back to the action. 1 minute and 2 seconds to go until the end of the third quarter. And it is going to be a power jam for Los Angeles. And on the jammer line, it's number 1960, Starter Ruckus. Starter Ruckus starting things off right through the pack. And already clear. LA's got one of the defenders for the Tilted Thunder Railbirds pinned in behind. Just two of them out there. Penalty box full of Seattleites right now.
Yeah, they just did a last call.
And then around the pack goes Starter Ruckus.
Yeah, we'd already done it.
23 seconds to go. Starter Ruckus now up to the pack one more time. This time bumps into a little bit of resistance, but able to find her way through. And here we are with 6 seconds left in the jam. Starter Ruckus that time. No trouble at all in that last scoring jam, and she burns the last few seconds off the clock. 20-point power jam for Los Angeles and Starter Ruckus.
It's Skatum O'Neill coming to the jammer line for the LA Ri-Ettes.
And Elaphobia for Tilted Thunder. This will be the last jam of the third quarter.
Elaphobia goes low, finds some daylight, and she's out. She's your lead jammer, but Skatum O'Neill's right on her tail. Elaphobia thinks she can score a couple points before calling this off. Jumps the apex, calling it off midair.
Elaphobia plunging through the pack. And Elaphobia puts 4 points on the board for Tilted Thunder. That does take us to the quarter break. We will step aside for a 5-minute break before the fourth quarter. Your score right now, LA 193, Tilted Thunder 76. We are back to the action. Fourth quarter getting underway. The last 15 minutes of Chingadera 2019 on the books and about to get started. We are underway. That's Whoopi Rollberg for Los Angeles and Lightning, the Nova Queen for Tilted Thunder.
Slaughterhouse and Baby Anarchy trying to hold Whoopi Rollberg back up there. Lightning the Queen still battling her way along the rail, held up by Oblivion Westwood. Lightning almost out. Teacup Runneth Over was blocking her.
Yeah, there they go. We were both Bill and I watching, each of us watching one jammer, and they cleared at the same time. So there they are, Whoopi Rollberg trying to get back to the pack. Lightning the Queen shadowing her every move and forcing her to call the jam off. Sitting up now on the jammer line, that's going to be Craven Cadavers for Tilted Thunder. And for Los Angeles, it's Star de Ruckus. Star de Ruckus quickly to the inside, right along an opening laid out for her by her blockers. And is your lead jammer for LA. And Star de Ruckus there along the back straightaway, able to find her way through the pack on a scoring pass. Jammer for the Tilted Thunder still pinned in at the back of the pack. And Star de Ruckus with 18 seconds left on the jam clock. Threw on another scoring pass, got past those last couple of defenders for Tilted Thunder. Craven Cadavers now playing a little bit of jammer defense, pinned in behind that wall of defenders. And that'll do it for the jam. Star de Ruckus finishing another scoring pass, and we'll wait for the official score. We are reset. A brief break in the action. As the skater had taken a tumble there, but looks like everybody is up and accounted for. So whistle signals us back to action. We will get back into the action with Shady Hawkins and Ellaphobia on the jammer line for Los Angeles and Tilted Thunder respectively. Ellaphobia quickly to the front of the pack. Shady Hawkins, though, gets an opening, and along the inside, Shady Hawkins now out and clear. Ellaphobia, we have another jammer race between Shady Hawkins and Ellaphobia. Shady Hawkins this time, though, is going to try to get up there, and there's a lead change. Ellaphobia able to get past her. Bumped off onto the infield, though. Shady Hawkins back up first, and Ellaphobia still in the lead, so Shady Hawkins back in the pinned in the pack. Lightning the Queen and Terra Hoedown now out of play. Ellaphobia catching up to the pack now. Runs into that back wall of defenders for Los Angeles, trying to get through, get some points on the board for her team. Trying to wedge her hips in there, just trying to get her hips in front of a couple skaters before calling off the jam.
And Baby Anarchy coming to the line for Seattle right now.
And it's going to be a power jam for Baby Anarchy. Penalty assessed to the Los Angeles jammer, Shady Hawkins, in the last jam. So Baby Anarchy will be up there to power jam. Los Angeles also sitting a blocker in the penalty box. And another. Now all the penalties have been assessed. So just two blockers out there for LA, a full complement of blockers and the power jam for Tilted Thunder. And they are able to get their jammer right clear. So out and clear. Baby Anarchy. And Baby Anarchy able to get through along the inside. STEFCON 1 trying to get to the coping, but Baby Anarchy able to get clear of her. The two LA defenders still out in front of the pack now are going to try to keep things moving at their speed. And Tilted Thunder going to try to catch up and try to get them spread out. Give their jammer a chance to get through the pack. And she stays on her skates. Look at that. Excellent balance. Both her and the pivot of Los Angeles, to be fair. Both of them spinning kind of out of control, her and STEFCON 1. But Baby Anarchy able to proceed on through. This time, though, the two blockers at the back of the pack, they come together and Baby Anarchy bumped off onto the infield. STEFCON 1 not willing to give up that last point. We'll have to wait and see if Baby Anarchy was able to pick it up before she left the track. And the ruling is no, not a complete scoring pass at the end. So 14 points on the board. And a good job indeed. Cheer goes up from the crowd and some cheers of great job from some skaters seated down to our left. That's going to be Slaughterhouse jamming for Tilted Thunder now. And for LA, that's number 524, Sonia Sotomayor.
Tables have turned on the blockers here on this jam. LA is fully staffed and Seattle is down to only 2 blockers.
And the Tilted Thunder jammer out as well. Sonia Sotomayor makes the scoring pass and calls off the jam, with Slaughterhouse having cleared the pack.
Here comes Elaphobia for Seattle. Right.
And for Los Angeles, it's Jagerbomb. Jagerbomb quickly able to find her way through the pack.
Started off on the low and she got straight out. Elaphobia tries to follow her, tries that low out on her own.
So Elaphobia out of the pack. Jagerbomb now trailing along in behind. And signal from the bench to go ahead and call that one off, and she does so. 4 points on the board for LA. And we did have a penalty assessed to Elaphobia there in the previous jam, so we've got a power jam. And we'll see if Whoopi Rollberg is back in the habit of scoring points.
8 minutes left here in the fourth. 8 minutes left in Chingadera this year.
Well, in regulation Chingadera, there could still be penalty jam Chingadera
right.
afterwards.
We could go on forever.
Whoopi Rollberg up to the rail, trying to fight her way through that defense for Tilted Thunder. Big thud. That was Whoopi Rollberg hitting the ground over there. Back up, though, and just going to try to brute force her way through the front of the pack and able to do so. Whoopi Rollberg not to be denied. Now Whoopi Rollberg skating up from behind. She's looking for some blockers to assist her act. And able to get through the pack there on another scoring pass.
Right.
Coming up to the pack again is Whoopi Rollberg, and it's just a shame that Tilted Thunder didn't wear their purple jerseys, because I totally could have made a color purple pun right now. That's going to do it for the jam clock. Stepping up to the jammer line for Tilted Thunder, that's number 428, Carnia Slaughter. And it's Stardy Ruckus for LA, number 1960. And the action underway. Stardy Ruckus quickly to the corner, able to dodge that last blocker for Tilted Thunder, and Stardy Ruckus clear of the pack. Carnia Slaughter trying to find some opening there, but deposited onto the infield like so much leftover steak. On down the front straightaway goes Stardy Ruckus now. Carnia Slaughter still pinned in behind the pack there.
Started Ruckus knocked to the infield by our very own Craven Cadavers there.
So now Craven Cadavers has come together at the front of the pack and defending. And there goes Carnia Slada bursting her way on through. Carnia Slada into the back straightaway and forces a call off of the jam. Knock, knock. Who's there? It's Amelia Bearhart. She's on the jammer line for Tilted Thunder. And it's going to be Jaegerbomb for Los Angeles.
Oops. Oh.
We got a little bit of jockeying for position here between the two jammers at the outset.
Amelia Bearhart taken to the rail by Bel Scorcho. Trying to work her back way through the pack.
Amelia Bearhart up around the outside. Makes some noise as she heads down the back straightaway.
Here comes Jaegerbomb working her way through the scoring pass.
And that'll do it for that jam. Amelia Bearhart had her sights set on a few points there, apparently, and you can see her down there saying, "Aw, shucks," and "Gosh darn it," "Gee willikers," and things like that. I can read lips. That's exactly what she was saying. Slaughterhouse now to the jammer line for Tilted Thunder. And I was going to say by height alone, it has to be Shady Hawkins. It is.
That's Shady Hawkins. Getting out on the low. Jukes up to the high, gets around Tara Hoedown.
Slaughterhouse now fighting her way to the front. Slaughterhouse out of the pack for Tilted Thunder. So Shady Hawkins now. One crack at a scoring pass. Weaves her way on through with assistance from our blockers. Shady Hawkins says, "I vote to go ahead and call this jam off."
And back to the line for the next time this evening. It's Oblivion Westwood for the Ri-Ettes. That's Lightning the Queen there for Seattle. Teams coordinating their strategy. Oblivion Westwood's your first jammer out. She's your lead jammer coming out of turn 2. Lightning the Queen following her about a quarter track behind. Oblivion Westwood starts to work her way through the pack and calls it off as Lightning arrived. 2 points for the Ri-Ettes. Call that back. That's 1 point for the Ri-Ettes, 2 points for Tilted Thunder.
And we do have a team timeout. Team timeout called by Tilted Thunder. Indeed. Thank you, Lollipop. All right, Derby fans, 3 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the bout. Once again, the award ceremony is going to follow right at the conclusion of this bout, so some very, very soon, 10, 15 minutes from now. So stay tuned in for that if you're watching on the web stream. And, of course, also, if you're here in person. So we'll be giving out awards for the tournament. And then after that, we will decamp for third space. So be sure to join us over there at third space for the after party. Once again, 1028 Northwest Grand Avenue if you want to put it in your nav, or you can just follow the long line of cars heading that way. And as I keep saying over and over again, have a fried bologna sandwich. We're getting ready to get back to the action. That's Elaphobia jamming for the Tilted Thunder Railbirds All-Stars. And jamming for the Ri-Ettes. I'll wait for confirmation as she comes around. But Elaphobia out and clear lead jammer for Tilted Thunder. Jamming for Los Angeles is Vanna Fight, number 923. Why I didn't recognize her at first and had to check my roster there. So Elaphobia calls the jam off. 2 points on the board for LA. Vanna Fight was able to get through there and pick up 2 points. 1 point for Elaphobia. And we've got Whoopi Rollberg on the line now. 2:25 to go. And Whoopi Rollberg right down to the inside, able to burst her way through. Whoopi Rollberg up to the pack, slows down to take a view of how our blockers are setting up, and she's able to get through on a scoring pass. Making her way around again with 31 seconds left in the power jam. Whoopi Rollberg able to push her way on through past that last blocker. That was Hammond trying to hold her in. Whoopi Rollberg pushes her way on through the pack, and something Guinan from Star Trek Next Generation. Jam comes to a close.
Baby Anarchy out to the line for Tilted Thunder. Oblivion Westwood out there for LA Ri-Ettes. About a minute left in this fourth quarter.
And Oblivion Westwood out there for Los
Baby
Angeles.
Anarchy trying to, a little defensive jamming. Gives Oblivion Westwood a little bump, but Oblivion Westwood is still out there as your lead jammer. Baby Anarchy's got some speed on her, though. She's so close, Oblivion Westwood can't find her right behind her.
Oblivion Westwood checking on both sides, and she goes ahead and calls off the jam. Baby Anarchy was not willing to give that one up. So we'll set up for one more jam, at least one more jam here. Knock, knock. Who's there? Mary Bearhart. Mary Bearhart who? Mary Bearhart, number 25 for Tilted Thunder. That's not a punchline. I know. Bel Scorcho is jamming for Los Angeles. And Bel Scorcho is your lead jammer for Los Angeles. Bel Scorcho slows it up and looking up at the scoreboard. And the goal is going to be to skate clean and avoid any future jamming. Bel Scorcho waiting for the game clock to hit quadruple zeros and then calls off that jam. We will wait and check the status of penalties here. Check in with the referees and see if that's going to do it for Chingadera. And that is going to do it with that signal from head referee Malibu Vader. That is going to do it for the game. Final score of the final bout of Chingadera 2019. Los Angeles 260, Tilted Thunder 96. They're going to come on around now. Let's get a round of applause for Los Angeles. Hard-fought tournament throughout.